I don't know what to say, guys. I'm out of breath. What a fantastic game. I've lost my voice from screaming. I'm going to have to watch this game back to enjoy it because it was such a good game for me to be so stressed out. And there is no one happier on the planet than me right now because I'm telling you, I am the biggest Tennessee Titan fan on the planet, in my opinion. Obviously you might think you're the big. I am the happiest person on the planet right now because this is another signature win. You go from 2 weeks ago losing to the Jets, and then last week maybe you could consider squeaking it out against the Jags, but we kind of took care of business late in that game. And then you go from losing to the Jets 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks later, to beating arguably the best offense in the NFL, arguably the best defense in the NFL, and the Buffalo freaking Bills. I don't know what it is about the Bills, but it just seems that, I don't know, maybe it was just like last year and this year, but it just seems that we beat the Bills, even if they're insanely good. I know 3 years ago we lost to them 14-7. That was kind of a boring game, but man, I kind of had to take a little bit before I recorded this video because I would have probably blown y'all's ears off. But let's take a look. Let's dive deep, and let's go ahead and start at the beginning. If I could remember anything. I'm just right now picturing Big Jeff on top of Josh Allen. Pause. But, I mean, that game is going into overtime. The very least we could hope for when they get into the red zone, get inside the 10, get inside the 5, is to hope that we can somehow get this game into overtime, because that was our only hope. Unless it came down to 4th and inches and a decision was made to go for it. That was our only opportunity. I'll just start at the end of the game. The end of the game, and then we'll go back to the beginning. The end of the game was the definition of the entire game, in my opinion. The Tennessee Titans defense, banged up, prayers out. I forgot. Prayers out to all the injuries tonight, obviously. But most certainly, to Taylor Lewan, very scary injury. Very scary. He didn't, I mean, right when it happened, you saw him kind of move his leg a little bit, so that looked fine. We obviously got some good news later. I think it was Lisa Salters coming in and saying that Lewan was, he had motion, he had movement, he was talking. So that is obviously, football is the least of his concerns right now, and to all of our concerns, certainly. Because, football is a scary game. You risk your life every single snap, every game you play, every snap. So prayers out first and foremost to Taylor Lewan and the rest of the banged up Titans, because perseverance is definitely one of my words to describe this game. You talk about 3 straight, it felt like 3 plays in a row. I know it wasn't 3 plays in a row, but you talk about Cam Batson going down, that hurts too, because he can be explosive, very explosive sometimes in games. We use him in Wildcat package against the Jets, I remember. Gosh, he can be so good, and he goes down, barely can put weight on his right leg. We'll have to see what comes out about that. We still have Christian Fulton out. We got Jackass Jenkins, who took away a pick from Breon Borders, gave up about 7 touchdowns. But, that's Jackass Jenkins for you. Jonathan Joseph 2.0. I guess the JJs, except for Julio Jones, we just need to stay away from those guys. But, anyways, back to the injuries. Who else was there? It was Lewan. I know I'm missing someone. I apologize. Batson and Chris Jackson. But Chris Jackson came back in the game, so that was good. But I think he went out later. I think he got kind of hurt again, and he just kind of walked to the sideline. But it was Lewan, Batson, and Chris Jackson, these corners, we are on our last leg cornerback wise. I think J-Rob has got to see this game, rewatch it over and over again, and just has to see that we might have to make another Desmond King type acquirement to make. I mean, this defense is really good, guys. The front seven is really good. You saw some pressure on Josh Allen, had to force him to roll out sometimes. Sometimes we got no pressure. But that's what you got to do. The offensive line obviously is going to make adjustments, and that's exactly what the Bills' offensive line did. But you guys saw consistent pressure on Josh Allen throughout the game. But like I said, there were some times he had all day. But that's why you got to have guys in there to rotate in and out, and we did so. Bud Dupree played a lot this game. Didn't play much early. I was surprised not to not see him early. Maybe they're just saving him for bigger times in the game. But Landry, extend the man now. Landry is going off this season. Nothing else I could say about that. He could have had a sack and a half. But David Long, who played extremely well, we saw something. I can't remember what it was from, but we saw something that maybe it was David himself who said the nation is going to know who David Long is by the end of Monday night, and I think everyone knows who David Long is now because he was all over the field today. I remember one play, it was like a counter. It was like they had little sup motion action I think it was Diggs that came in motion. He came from the right side of the field over to kind of close to the line, then went right back to the right, and then Josh Allen took the snap, rolled to the right, handed it off to, I couldn't remember who it was. But if you go back and watch the replay of that, David Long might make not a touchdown saving tackle, because hopefully we can make a tackle if he gets past David Long, but a first down saving tackle for sure. But the front seven, the four guys on the offensive line, I think we had three linebackers there, maybe it was a nickel corner in there, but everyone fell for the fake to the right, hand off to the left, and you saw David Long come back, get off a block, and make a tackle, and it was a gain of 5, and that was just a big play in the game. And that was just one of the little plays David Long made. It was just play after play. David Long's all over the field. Big shout out David Long, man. He played phenomenally. And you rarely heard Rashaan Evans' name. It's just Rashaan Evans being Rashaan Evans. I just don't know what we're going to do about that because I really, really love Jayon. I just wish he could stay healthy. But as of right now, you got a young buck and Monty Rice, who I didn't see much of tonight. I don't know if he played. I think he was inactive, actually. I think the inactives were Josh Reynolds, Christian Fulton, who's on IR now, that's going to be big. Who else was there? It was also John Simon, and there was a couple others. I could pull it up here. I actually can't. I won't. Let's talk about the guy. Derrick Henry running 22 miles an hour is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. 21.8 miles an hour on a 76-yard run. I don't know what else. This might be tooting my own horn, fiddling my own fiddle, but Derrick Henry might go down as the greatest running back of all time. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If he can keep it up, and the longevity is going to be the big question. Because if he can keep playing at this pace, he's on pace to break Dickerson right now for the obviously single-season rushing record. You get an extra game, but he could do it in 16 if he wanted to, and get a little rest on week 17. But, man, Derrick Henry. 3 touchdowns again. What do you have? 140-something on the ground today. I think he had a couple passes caught as well. I mean, you talk about 2 games back-to-back. Against the Jags, 3 touchdowns. Against the Bills, 3 touchdowns. This dude is on a roll. 7 touchdowns, I believe, on the year in 6 weeks. 640 total yards. The dude he's unbelievable. If he can stay healthy, knock on wood, if he can stay healthy, if he is, it's going to be interesting. He's on pace for a lot of different things. But let's continue. After the run, defense had tons of opportunities to make a play and get a stop, and we eventually made those stops, especially at the end of the game. We saw that one. We saw the 3rd and 17 after Big Jeff with the big sack forced a 2nd and 17. It was an incompletion there, and it was a 3rd and 17. I believe it was a deep pass to Emmanuel Sanders, which Jackass Jenkins took that one away from Breon Borders, which I think I mentioned that one earlier. But that was a big stop in the game. That ensuing drive, following drive, we marched down the field. Pretty solid drive. You could wonder, could we have chewed off some clock? Maybe. But at the end of the day, we got to win, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sure Vrabel's going to get asked that. And he would probably get asked that a lot if we were to lose this game. Question about why not, Derrick Henry, obviously, it's a walk-in touchdown. I think you got to take it. But the drive to end the game, Buffalo's got 3 minutes to drive down the field. Obviously, I watched the game with my family. I told my dad, I was like, it doesn't matter when Derrick Henry scored a touchdown. It doesn't matter if the Bills have 30 seconds or 3 minutes. I think they're going to be able to get in field goal range because we're going to be playing very soft coverage. They're going to be able. They got all 3 timeouts, so they can throw it to the middle of the field. Probably going to protect the borders, and they can throw it inside. They got 3 timeouts. I was like, I don't care if they got 30 seconds or 3 minutes. They're probably going to get in field goal range. That's exactly what happened, and it got very close to scoring 6 and winning the game. But, man, I'm going to have to watch this game back because, man, there were so many plays that were made that were just massive, and I can't think about it. Julio, what a spectacular play. I thought that was going to get called back. I thought we had like a hold or something, but it was an offside, and there was a pass interference. So that's got to be a top 10 play of the year by the end of the year. I've never seen it. Bounce off of, was it Tre'Davious White? Covering him, I think it was. I can't remember. But bounce off his. No, I think was that Poyer. I can't remember. But anyway, bounces off the dude's helmet, and Julio, concentration at its finest, makes the catch, gets both feet down. One of the most spectacular plays you will ever see. Which that was a big one. Offensively early, it was scary. Bills defense was doing Bills defense type stuff, forcing turnover on Tannehill. I was getting scared early on, but the defense holding them in the red zone. It could have been 14-0 easily, guys. Very easily could have been 14-0. Instead, it's 6-0. Ensuing drive, Derek breaks that. Bend but don't break. The definition of this game, the entire game, bend but don't break. I mean, you saw it early on. You saw it throughout the game, first half, second half, and late. The definition of the game came up at the end. Bend but don't break. They drive, felt like 179 yards, and it comes down to a 4th and inches, and it's just so similar. Go and watch the Chargers game from a couple years ago where we are 2-4. 2-4. That same team goes to the AFC Championship starting off the year 2-4. I think that was the biggest game of the year against the Chargers. And I want you guys to go watch that game. If we lose that game, we go to 2-5, and I think our season's done. I really do. And I think it was someone punching the ball out. It might have been Jarrell Casey. I know Jarrell Casey recovered the ball, but it was just so similar. We've had goal line stops before. We've had it obviously against the Chargers, as I just mentioned, against the Patriots, against the Jags last week on the 4th and goal. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know why they don't go QB sneak there. Instead, they hand it off, and we were able to make a play. Tier Pop-Tart making the play. Chris Jackson making the tackle. That was a big goal line stop last week, and we come back and do it again. We do it again this week to win the game. Man, oh man, what a spectacular game. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. I want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions. Whew. Man, oh man, oh man. What a fantastic game. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch this one back, watch highlights of it, probably watch the whole game, and then watch some highlights again just to enjoy the game, because I think I might have thrown up, but I can't remember if I did or not. I was just so nervous. I was probably the most nervous I've ever been. Maybe against KC in the AFC Championship game, I was probably a little bit more nervous, but this one here was definitely a gut. I don't know what you want to call it, but man, Vrabel, big balls Vrabel, dude, going for it on 4th and 2. That was his signature. Go for it there. And we get that when you talk about big balls Vrabel, big balls McDermott, and he goes for it on 4th and inches, doesn't get it. I don't blame him. Josh Allen, what's he, 6'4", big frame, massive dude. Quarterback sneak sounds about right on 4th and inches. You get the sneak, you call timeout, You got probably 3 plays, maybe even 4 plays at the end zone, and you just think that they are going to score. What a play by Josh Allen, though, at the end. Second to last play of the game. Third to last if you include the kneel. But where he scrambles out the left, dives, looks like he has it live from the angle we got from watching it on TV. And then they go show the side shot, and they don't overturn it. It looked like he ruled it a first down, and then they go back and say half a yard short, 4th and inches. Kind of a sigh of relief there, but you're thinking quarterback sneak with Josh Allen is almost automatic. But you forget we got big mother fluffing Jeff on the other side, and man, did he just make a play. Big Jeff had a sack early on, and Big Jeff, man, you know, the times that he gets to thrive, he makes sure he thrives. Man, you just got to love the Titans. If you're a Titans fan, you just got to love the way we're playing right now. I hate the loss against the Jets. If you take that one off the board, I think overall we were playing really, really good football. Defensively, maybe not so much, but offensively, you see what we can do against the best defense in the NFL when Julio's good, when AJ's good. I don't know what happened to Julio late. He came out the game, but we still were able to score. But I don't know if there was a snap count on him, which I think you throw that out the window. You throw it in the garbage. You throw away the snap count bullcrap, and you put Julio in the game when you need him. Game-winning drive in the red zone, you've got to put Julio and AJ in the game. I'm sorry. I don't care about snap counts or anything. You know, if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. You know, you're trying to win a game, and I just don't agree with not having Julio on the field. But we won a game. You know, everything that, you know, you definitely have some stuff to look at and you can fix. The miscommunication with Jackass Jenkins and Elijah Molden on the wide-open touchdown pass by Josh Allen when he scrambled out, and wide-open Cole Beasley. I was like, how do you do that? You had so many opportunities. You had 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 13 right there on that play, and you just cannot finish. Kind of very similar, very, very similar to last year's Titans, where we just couldn't get a stop on defense on 3rd down. But, oh man, what a freaking game. What a game. I just want to go back and watch this game, but I got to go to sleep. I got to go to school in the morning, and I'm going to hate myself in the morning for doing this video, but I know you guys want this. Let's wrap this thing up. This is getting too long. Whew. Let me know thoughts and opinions down below. Titan the flip up. Oh. Does Derrick Henry get a +1 overall increase tomorrow? How is this dude not a 99 in Madden? This might be the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life. But you Ultimate Teamers out there, let me know. Do y'all think Henry will get a +1 tomorrow on top of his most feared card? I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I mean, 3-touchdown game. He scored 35 in fantasy. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else you got to say about Derrick Henry. I mean, the dude is unbelievable. You're watching a legend at work. Every time you turn on your television on a Sunday afternoon, on a Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night game, it doesn't matter. You're watching a legend at work. I don't care how much you guys want to say that I'm riding Derrick Henry, but I'm going to ride him. Let's not say that. That sounds kind of weird, but I'm sticking with Derrick Henry through and through no matter what. You know, you can tell me that CMC when he's healthy is better. That's so bogus. So bogus. I mean, Derrick Henry, easily the best running back in the NFL. He's moving up the list right now as we speak. Yeah. Thoughts and opinions down below. With that being said, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Until next time, tighten up.